Chloe and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my first of my new series called Fashion Weekly, and basically weekly I'm going to be bringing you videos that have to do with fashion and current trends and like what's in the news for fashion. And I thought this would be a really cool series to do because it'll keep me on top of my game and like knowing everything that's going on in the industry, as well as informing you guys. Today's video is going to be on New York Fashion Week because it is Fashion Month for anybody who doesn't know. And Fashion Month is where all of the designers showcase their new collections for the upcoming season. I'm going to be showing you guys my top 6 moments from New York Fashion Week that caught my eye and shows that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I just made a list of like shows that I thought were really interesting that you guys would be excited to hear about, and kind of introduce you guys to some new designers. And I even found some new designers that I didn't even know about. I'm gonna be like reacting to some of their fashion shows, talking about their Instagram, their inspirations for their collection. So I think this is a really cool series. I'm going to be trying to do it weekly. If I don't do it weekly, it'll be every 2 weeks. I'm gonna really try to stay on top of this, especially because it is a very easy set of videos to film. This first one's going to be on Fashion Week. After we get over Fashion Month, I'm thinking about buying some magazines and like talking about current trends for say fall and then going into winter. And also like the Victoria's Secret fashion show, reacting to that. Also talking about like the models and like maybe drama in the industry. And yeah, I think this is just going to be really fun, especially for people who are fashion students, because they could relate and like know what I'm talking about. And you guys, maybe I'll even turn you guys into fashion fanatics like me. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get started with this video. So first up is the Brandon Maxwell collection, and this show was really cool. It was inspired heavily by Texas, which is where he's from. There's lots of bright colors in this collection, a lot of satin, pleats. The accessories are really cute. The accessories are like these clear bags, and some of them have like cowboy hats in them. And then there's also one that has like a bottle of champagne or rosé, I don't know which one it is. And they have the little scarves like they wear in the South, kind of like tied around the bag, so it looks like they're going on a vacation or something. The scarves are also tied around people's necks. There's lots of gowns in this collection, as well as like flowy tops. Everything's very flowy. Satin plays a big part in this collection, as well as the pleats. There's pleats in lots of the dresses, lots of the skirts. Let's just take a look. I'm going to kind of like react to the show. Salmon pink. That's the first color of like all this stuff. Everything's cinched in with a gold belt. Cowboy boots are used to accessorize. Very like monochromatic looks, plain colors. And kind of the accessories and the textures and the fit is kind of what makes the look. I really like that, the baby like nude pink. We're seeing more of the bags that I really like. I feel like the bags make the collection. That was something that a lot of people were talking about. Ooh, this mint green is pretty. And Bella Hadid. And the finale. As you can see, there's just an array of colors in this collection. So I thought this collection was really cool. Kind of like monochromatic looks in bright colors. So the next designer's collection, you guys have definitely heard of this name, Marc Jacobs. Basically, Vogue has the whole thing online. 55 looks, big collection. There's lots of ruffles, lots of like proofiness. There's feathers, there's satin. The hair is really interesting because a lot of people have either teased hair or it's cut really short. The first look is honestly absolutely my favorite because this one's really cool. Basically, she has blonde hair, it's teased up really high, and she's wearing this satin light green lingerie type dress with lots of lace on it, and then she has these stockings that are very clear and they have kind of like little white stars, kind of like specks in it. This is a very dreamy look. We have Kaya Gerber wearing kind of like a raincoat-esque look. I really like the little flower accessory. It's cute. It goes around the neck. This is the ready-to-wear collection. So this is like stuff that's going to be sold and like accessible to the public. But a lot of people don't wear like the full looks. They just wear one thing or two things from the collection and kind of pare it down. This kind of reminds me of like going to Mexico. But this dress, it's just ruffles all the way up. Kind of like a high-low thing going on that was like popular a couple years ago. This is just a big loofah dress, this green and blue one, and of course the little like stockings. I really like the stockings. I want a pair of the stockings. This cream orange peacoat, and her hair is teased up really high with the orange kind of dye in it. But yeah, so Marc Jacobs has some pretty interesting looks going on there. Here's a little article on the beauty side of it, and it says 37 models dye their hair pastel for Marc Jacobs runway show. And it just shows an up-close look of the beauty of this fashion show, because you could really see how the makeup artists match their makeup to their hair to their look. So again, kind of like a monochromatic thing going on there. It's just really pretty. I like it. So that's Marc Jacobs. So the next designer that we're going to be talking about, this isn't really about his show or like collection, it's just on one specific piece that I wanted to include in this video. And this was going around Twitter literally, like this was kind of like the first thing that I saw on Twitter that people were tweeting about for New York Fashion Week. So the butterfly top by Naeem Khan. This is a really glitzy, kind of like a going out top, and I'm just obsessed with it. It has some spaghetti straps in the center. It's kind of like the center of the butterfly, and on the bust are the wings. It is in kind of like dark stained glass color, and as you guys can see from the GIF, it's just all sparkles. But I just think this top is just beautiful. It really, really, really caught my eye. I want to buy something that's almost exactly like that because I know it's definitely going to be expensive. Also on Twitter they compared it to Emmanuel Ungaro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He made a butterfly top for spring summer 2000. So this is very, very, very similar to Naeem Khan's. There are like huge differences. They're only really similar in the fact that they're both butterfly tops, but the one from spring summer 2000, this kind of like the spaghetti straps are smaller and it's all in a pastel color. There's kind of just like different shapes in Naeem Khan's rather than Emmanuel Ungaro's. But let me know in the comments below which version is your favorite. I honestly think the darker version, I like that better, but the lighter version I think I would be more likely to wear. I don't know, so let me know in the comments down below. There was also, I saw in this little thread, there's a picture of Mariah Carey wearing this top. The one from Emmanuel Ungaro's, the one from 2000, and I honestly don't think it suits her too well. I feel like it looked so much better on the model, but yeah, just kind of like an early 2000s style that's coming back. I thought that was really cool to show you guys. So the next collection that I'm going to be talking about is Rodarte, and I would say this is the most magical out of all the spring summer 19 collections that I'm showing you guys and like stuff that I saw. The story was they did this collection in the rain at a graveyard, so a really interesting vibe. I have the Vogue page up, and again, lots of ruffles and lots of flowers, very flowy and feminine. All the models are wearing red lips, and I just love it. They have these stunning gowns and floral headpieces, lots of ruffles, lots of texture. This is a really long, flowy, white and black polka dot dress, and in the center is kind of like this rose detailing. She's also wearing a rose headpiece. She has the red lips and has some gold accessories going on. All the models just look like dolls. She has these huge, huge, huge puffy sleeves, and there's just delicate feel to it, even though it's such a dramatic look. And the whole entire dress is covered in this blue, like vinyl floral print, and it's also a tiered dress with 3 different tiers of ruffles, so it's really pretty. And again, the flowers in her hair. We have this yellow look. This model kind of just looks like the sunshine. She, again, a 3-tiered dress, some bow detailing, very frilly. She has yellow eye makeup to match, and she's wearing this gold kind of like sun headpiece. And again, there's flowers in her hair, yellow. She just looks like a little yellow sun princess. And the last one we'll look at is this red look. She just looks like a beautiful rose. The top is very fitted, with the exception of the frills at the top, and the bottom just looks like kind of like that material if you like crumple up paper to make little roses. And she has this netted headpiece that goes over her face, and the flowers inside her headpiece, and then the gold cuffs. So I feel like this collection was very diverse, very interesting. I really loved all the ruffles. I liked how they used the pastel colors, pastel and bright colors. I feel like that's such a trend for spring, summer, and everybody's just looking like a loofah on the runway, which is, I don't have any problem with that. I think that's cute. It's just kind of like an up-close look of the beauty and the floral crowns. Basically, the bright makeup is just beautiful, and the red lips. The floral crowns are just so intricate. I love it. I love flowers in anybody's hair, and especially for spring, summer. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the spring, summer. Very high fashion. Everybody's looking like a queen. And now on to Rihanna's line. I thought this was really interesting. I'm gonna show you guys some clips of the show, not the whole thing because it's really long, this video that I found. But basically people were talking about how her show is very inclusive. She had a pregnant woman walk. She had people of all races and color and sizes. She didn't include short people, which I was just like, But whatever, she included every type of body type. Like Bella Hadid was there, like the very model type, but then there was also girls who were thicker and girls who were in between. And everybody just looked kind of like just normal people. I think this is really important for fashion because it makes people think that they can actually wear the clothes too. It's not as intimidating. This was a lingerie line that she was debuting, her Savage X Fenty. Her set was kind of like a jungle, and she didn't have the models walk, which I think was really cool too. She kind of just had them like prancing around and being happy and playful, so I feel like that was a really good concept too. And honestly, I feel like this show wasn't even really about the fashion. I feel like it was mostly about the inclusivity and just how like every woman can be beautiful, which I think is a really great message. Bella is wearing just this light blue look. She has like feathers in her hair. She looks so cute and like dainty. Everything has kind of like lace. I really like the shoes too. They're wearing just these light pink, like fluffy, like slipper type things. But yeah, everything's very basic in this line and like wearable too. So it's definitely a performance piece. And everybody's just dancing and laughing and have a good time. I feel like this was such a fun show to like be a part of. Like all the models just had so much fun. Sassy, very trendy, very in right now. Everything is very wearable and what people are actually wearing, which I think is cool too, because you know what? Like brands like Aerie and like Forever 21, they don't have fashion shows. So people don't really see like their clothes that they're wearing on the runway that often, and I feel like this is a really interesting thing for them to do. So that's Rihanna's line. I definitely did want to talk about that because that's what a lot of people were talking about. And now the last show that I do want to talk about is the Jermey Scott collection. So this collection I really liked. I always like his work. Very neon. It was inspired by a Polaroid photo of himself from 1996, and you can see some of the stuff has Polaroid photos on it, and so he did say it was heavily inspired by the 90s. Also, a lot of the stuff people were saying in like articles that it was very like kind of like revolting to like the current government and trying to make like a social statement, which he does do with a lot of his work. But basically what you're seeing here is just kind of like streetwear, very like street style inspired. That's what's happening a lot right now for menswear, for fashion. Everything is very streetwear, street inspired, and I really like that. I think that's really cool and interesting. He makes a lot of this stuff just look really fashionable, and a lot of everything is just kind of thrown together. This is the Polaroid that I was talking about that was inspired by. I don't know if it's that exact one or if he remade them for the show. This girl's wearing like knee pads, which is kind of like a symbol to like the revolution. This look, which is just a whole entire Pokemon outfit, so just like a nod to the 90s. She's wearing a Pokemon sweater which with a matching Pokemon skirt, and her makeup is really bright and metallic. A biker chick look, I would say, with a biker jacket, and she's wearing these really tight high-waisted shorts. This is one of the graphic tees that everybody was talking about that just has like big statements across it, and then the leather pants that are paired with them. Another hoodie that has a Polaroid on it, and it's paired with camo print pants, which were really, really popular in the early 2000s and the 90s. I remember because I was there. And I had lots of camo in my wardrobe. We do have men included in this show. This is really cute. A 90s kind of like Barbie G.I. Joe look, I would say. I don't know, that's just the vibes I get from it. And this is just a strapless dress. It has orange and green detailing in it, and also some netting as well, and she's wearing kind of like those boots, knee pads. So this is really interesting. We have this one look which is like a black t-shirt, and she's wearing this orange bra top on top of it. And she has these pants that are all netting, and they kind of have like different sports teams on it with a jacket tied around her waist, and she's wearing some orange combat boots. And this last look, which I'm going to talk about, which I really like, this is kind of like my favorite of all of them, is because it's these really big, tall, knee-high boots with kind of just jewels all over it. Just a plain white t-shirt dress, and then she's wearing a corset to give her some shape, and it's matching the boots, which I really like. So that is all of the fashion shows and collections from Spring Summer 19 New York Fashion Week that I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to try to make each of these videos really different. I liked researching for this video. It was really fun. Definitely look at the links that I put down in the description box below, because they're the things that I showed you on this video plus more about those collections. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!